Another dramatic day in court as two Bill Cosby accusers took the stand to tell their stories for the very first time.
Yeah, one described the 80-year-old as a, quote, serial rapist. The other tearfully confronted the comedian over a decades-old allegation. Now, one of the women sobbed uncontrollably as she testified. Meantime, Cosby's defense team once again urged jurors to ignore the other women accusing Cosby of sexual assault, saying the allegations are irrelevant to the current case. Joining us now is our legal analyst, Enrique Latoison.
Enrique, let's start right there. The jury is hearing from the witnesses who also accused Cosby of assaulting them. They weren't allowed to testify last time, so why are they allowed to testify this time around, and how big of an effect could they have on the jury?
Well, I think this time the judge has made a decision that he's going to allow a lot of evidence in. In the first trial, he only allowed one other woman to testify other than Constant in this case. Now, this time he's allowing 5 other women to testify. Now, in Pennsylvania law, there's a concept in the law that says that you're allowed to present evidence even though he's not being charged with crimes against those other women. He's still allowed to present this evidence to say that this is a common scheme. This is how Mr. Cosby does things. This is how he commits a crime, and you're allowed to compare what happened to these other women, even though he's not on trial for what they're accusing him of, but you're allowed to compare that to Constant's story in evaluating whether or not he committed the crime against Ms. Constant.
Enrique, 3 of the witnesses had outbursts during court. The defense asked for a mistrial, denied. But is that the strategy here? Find a way to get the charges thrown out before it even reaches the jury, and how successful could that be?
Well, the defense in this case has to preserve the record. So you must ask for the mistrial if you want to later have an issue where you want to raise this on appeal. So you have to pull it out and say, listen, I'm asking for this case to have a mistrial based on what happened. Now, in this particular case, with these particular outbursts, at the time of closing, the defense is going to be allowed to come out and say, you know, look how these women acted, or look what they did. And the one particular witness that had the outburst, she actually had a former conviction for false statements. So in this particular case, you know, they're going to do this and it's against the rules, but the defense in the end are allowed to bring that up and to say that, you know, they didn't do what they were supposed to do, and that their credibility in this particular case can be weighed based on that.
It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Enrique Latoison live for us there at the Montgomery County Courthouse in Norristown. Thanks, Enrique.
And NBC 10's Deanna Durante is inside the courtroom right now. She will have an update on all of the day's events ahead on NBC 10 News at 6 o'clock. Of course, our coverage of Bill Cosby's sexual assault retrial continues on the free NBC 10 app. You can download it to follow the latest developments.
Turning to our weather now.